At point guard, Drew Holiday. At the other guard positions, Derek White. At center, Kristaps Porzingis. At small forward, Jaylen Brown. At the other forward position, Jason Tatum. Let's meet the start.
We're just a few games into the new year, Doris. How important is it for a team to start off strong?
I think, BA, it's hugely important. What we've learned historically is that the first 20 games are a good indicator for success. And obviously, if you're younger, can your confidence waver if you get off to a tough start? Veterans can absorb it a little bit better. But to me, those first 20 games, big time important.
Looking at the starting five for the Boston Celtics. The two Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the 5 down low.
Now that mid-range jumper is so on point. Jason Tatum is a 3-level scorer.
Thompson outside. Here's Ivy. Ooh, pops the J after a cagey pass fake. And Tatum's got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. Outside, Brown. Outside, Tatum. Kick out to Brown. It's blocked. Inside, Stewart. And finished off by Stewart.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Tatum from long range. Sinks it from distance. Tatum's got 5.
What a weapon the 3 has become for Jason Tatum. Look out.
Thompson outside. Here's Ivy. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
I love the execution we are seeing thus far. 4 shots and 4 makes.
Pass to Brown. The 3 ball. And again, Boston with the triple.
Boy, you catch the defense off guard by being willing to fire as soon as the ball touches your hands.
And here's Thompson for 3. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
White for 3. Drains the triple.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
Here's Cunningham. Tatum pulls it in.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
Over Harris. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. He's got 7.
Well, there's a mix of strength and agility that Jason Tatum is taking advantage of. Nice work in there.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
That was your great Daniel.
And it's time to give you a look at the top three-point shooting teams from a year ago. The Celtics in second.
Their three-point accuracy last year was exceptional, largely because of their patience. They would wait for the best look before pulling the trigger.
And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Here's Ivy. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Ivy's got his third basket of the night.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
Right side, Porzingis. Shoots over Stewart. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Now that jumper is pure Porzingis. Nice follow through. Nice touch. This guy is very fundamentally sound.
And though they've had a lot of high draft picks, Grant, the Pistons are still fitting everything together.
Yeah, and we've seen plenty of rebuilding teams go through struggles. And then suddenly everything clicks. But you have to have experience mixed in with the youth.
So it's Boston now. After the Pistons picking up a basket just moments ago. And that one's good. Porzingis. Porzingis has gotten his second bucket.
Well, you love to see Porzingis battling through contact down low. That's a tremendous finish.
Oh, nice shot by Ivy.
That makes him 5 for 5 so far. Could be a big night in store.
White for three. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good... start.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with J.B. Bickerstaff. We talked about some of the challenges that they'll face tonight, not the least of which is defending Jayson Tatum. He said the guy plays with so much confidence. He's a great scorer from all 3 levels. He can go for 40, 50, 60 in a night. We just have to try and make someone else beat us.
And Allie, thank you for that. Now here's Ivy. He's got 10. Let's go with a 3. Knocks down the long J. Ivy's got 13 now.
Can you believe him so far? 6 for 6.
There's Tatum with the 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Cunningham, left side. Again, the Pistons score. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Fires the 3, buries it from 3. He's got 9.
12 consecutive points off of 3s. This defense looks rattled.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He wants to review the game plan. And the Pistons making a change here. Hardaway's checked in.
Way to go, everyone. Let's hear it for you. Coming onto the floor to your Pistons.
Here's Ivy. He's got 13. Sinks the tray.
He's off to a fantastic start.
Holiday surveying the floor. Outside Tatum. 3-pointer. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists in the game.
How about the answer from Jayson Tatum? Say it with your chest, Jason.
8 for 8. He's on an absolute tear.
Tatum from long range. And again, Boston with the triple.
Back-to-back 3s, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
From behind the arc. And Ivy gets a 3. Ivy's got 21 points in the game.
Oh, flawless start for him here in the first quarter.
Tatum against Thompson. And Jayson Tatum again. And the Celtics lead by 5.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Thompson gets a good look. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Thompson's got 5 points.
And for a younger guy, Cunningham's vision is impressive. He's always watching the floor.
And the 3-pointer goes.
Oh, it's just raining 3s for them early.
Outside Hardaway. Back to Cunningham. The 3 is up. Pure from 3-point range. 9 points in the game.
Yeah, an encouraging sign. When Cunningham is dialed in from deep, he's dangerous.
Here's Brown. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
And both teams already firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
Yep, that one's good.
Only one miss in his first 6 shots. He's definitely brought his A game.
Tatum gets the bucket. Give him 23.
I am simply blown away by his accuracy. He has made every shot, and what's most important, his team is winning.
And here's Ivy from the arc. And Detroit another 3.
Well, they're still losing, but it's not because of him. He's been lights out this quarter.
Pass to Brown. And here's White. 3-pointer. He buries it from 3.
And for so many teams in the NBA, establishing the three-point shot is goal number 1 on offense. He's definitely doing his part tonight.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight. I'll tell you, despite this guy's strong play in this period, they're still behind. Someone else has got to step up.
Oh, nice shot by Brown.
You can see the work Jaylen Brown has put in to become a range shooter. Nice.
And he's made a case for first-team all-defense. Endorse Jaylen Brown, the complete game.
Brian, would you love to see from a great player that's just entering their prime is the pride they take in being well-rounded. Do you want to absorb a big-time defensive assignment? Jaylen Brown wants to do exactly that.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. So for the Pistons, Reed's checked in for Stewart. Harris comes in for Thompson. And Beasley has subbed in for Cade Cunningham. A big group substitution here for Boston. Kornet's checked in for Porzingis. Horford comes in for Jason Tatum. Hauser, he's checked in for White. And Pritchard is subbed in for Drew Holiday.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Pass to Hardaway. Reed with it. Puts up a 3. They grab their own miss. Picked his pocket. Here's Hauser. And again, Boston with the triple.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And here's Ivy from the arc. Hits the trifecta. Ivy's got 29.
And with the talent and the competitiveness that Ivy has, we're going to see a lot of nights like this in his NBA career. It's just a matter of how many.
Here's Kornet. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Connects from downtown.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Ivy goes in. Oh, wow! And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Unbelievable. Ivy living that life above the rim.
Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Pass to Brown. There's 48 seconds left in the opening quarter. And down it goes. 2 points. Brown's got 13 now.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
And here's Ivy from the arc. That falls. Nice setup by Harris.
He's shooting the lights out down the stretch, trying to keep them competitive.
Pass to Horford. Here's Hauser from deep. And again, Boston with the triple.
And they've got the D reeling. A full three-point attack right off the tip.
Here's Harris. And again, it's Detroit.
Superb awareness from Harris. Reading the defense and taking what they give him.
Here's Hauser. And the Celtics another 3.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
And so it's the Boston Celtics finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. They've been lights out from deep, and it's a big reason why they have a lead in this one. And don't go. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for the Celtics.
Well, hey, guys, I mean, can we talk about how unselfish they've been? Just racking up the assist numbers, moving it around with great precision.
The other thing that's gone exceptionally well for them tonight is the shooting they've displayed from beyond the three-point arc.
Tim Hardaway is out there with Holland. Then there's Tobias Harris. Then it's Malik Beasley. And it's Schroeder in at the point. That's the group for Detroit right now. Harris's shot is good.
6 of their last 10 points have come from that mid-range area.
Here's Pritchard. Still no points. Left side Walker. Fires at the elbow. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops.
And just totally relentless. Only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment. Play the right way.
And here's Schroeder outside. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Well, you have to at least honor the long ball from Dennis Schroeder. He is more than capable from that distance.
Nice shot by Walker.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
Here's Schroeder. Driving in. Capitalizes off the crossover. Schroeder's got 5 points now this quarter.
It doesn't get any easier than that. The defense has to play better.
Here's Walker, and it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go. Pass to Hauser, back to Walker. Shoots over Beasley. Again, the Celtics good for 2 more.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast, but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well. And when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that.
Yeah, he's been having his way this quarter, attacking the basket and protecting their lead.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. Davison. Comes in for Walker. All right, let's take a second to view the 2K leaderboard and look at last season's top scoring squads. The Celtics in second.
And last year, I liked watching this team operate on the offensive end. The ball movement, the patience, the confidence. You love seeing all that come together.
From the arc. And Holland good. Holland's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And, of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
BA, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age. With free agency and with more salary cap restrictions, it's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness.
Tatum from long range. Tatum! Money from deep.
And talk about payback. He hits the revenge triple.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire. A little bit of pride at stake.
Schroeder passes to Beasley. That one falls, coming off Schroeder's feed. Beasley's got 6 points in the quarter.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Here's Tatum. Shakes him. Shoots over Holland. Oh, it's good. Jayson Tatum with a sweet move.
Well, with the high release point, Jayson Tatum can be calm under duress on the interior. That's nice.
Here's Holland. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him. Holland's got 5 points.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Ooh, this guy is as hot as they come from distance. Defensively, you almost have to pick him up once he crosses half court.
Harris up top. Again, the Pistons score.
Always ready to fire. Give Harris a good pass. Tobias will get you an assist.
Beyond the arc. And again, Boston with the triple.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often. And, of course, he makes good use of it.
And it's Detroit with the ball. They trail by 6. Harris on the wing. The leaner. It's wide right. Hits off the rim. Boston has got it going from deep. 3 for 3 so far in the quarter. Tatum from long range. Drops in the 3. Tatum's got 11 here in the quarter alone.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
Pass to Harris. And here's Schroeder outside. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Well, Schroeder with that look in his eye wanted to get that back.
Tatum feeling it out a bit. Hey, strong move, Tatum.
He has not missed a shot in this quarter. They've tried running different things at him, but he's been unstoppable.
Pass to Holland. Fires from deep. Another 3 for Detroit.
That's money. In the bank. Hardaway terrific off the catch.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And Boston with some changes. Brown, he's checked in for Hauser. And it's Walker in for Davison. Celtics lead by 5. Pass to Tatum. Tatum muscles his way in.
When you allow Jayson Tatum to build momentum offensively, it can be a scary night.
There's Cunningham with a 3. Drills it from deep. Cunningham's got 17.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it. This guy has been unstoppable. It has not mattered at all what the defense throws at him. He's had an answer.
And here's Ivy from the arc. Tatum pulls it in. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for Boston. They've led by as much as 10. Outside, Brown. The 3. A tough 3. Brown connects.
One of Jaylen Brown's advantages is the lift he gets off the floor. Just a tremendous athlete.
Back to Cunningham. There's the triple. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Cunningham's got 20 points.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Yet tonight has been... all about Jaylen Brown, a legit star in this league.
Cunningham passes to Thompson. Beasley for 3. Another 3 for Detroit.
The three-point shot has been his weapon of choice this quarter.
Brown with it. Coming off an unbelievable high-scoring game. Out to the right wing. Horford passes to Walker. And again, Boston with the triple. Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
Here's Walker. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
You got to appreciate the way they're working the ball inside this quarter. They're trying to impose their will physically.
Tobias Harris checked in for the Pistons. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Boston. Drew Holiday comes in for Pritchard. Back to Cunningham. Over Holiday. And it's Cade with the finish inside.
And getting up close and personal, Cunningham knows he can get his shot to go inside.
And here's Brown for three. Oh, he can't miss. 8 for 8 after that shot.
He's been dropping them in from downtown since the tip. 3 triples in the first quarter, 2 more since.
A nice shot by Ivy.
And something Ivy continues to improve. He's becoming a real threat from downtown.
Pass to Tatum. Now here's Porzingis. Stewart defends. And they blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance at another one at the stripe.
Sometimes with that much of a height advantage, resistance is futile.
Boston making a switch here. White's checked in. You know, it's easy to focus on Jason Tatum scoring. But Doris, he's excellent in a number of areas.
Ryan, he's a high-level rebounder. He now knows how to keep his teammates involved. He's competitive on the defensive end and willing to absorb a big-time assignment. He has got a complete game.
White, the pass to Brown. Over Cunningham. Yes, sir! Brown sticks a tough one.
The passing, the shooting, the scoring, it's all clicking right now for Jaylen Brown.
Here's Cunningham. There's the drive, and he lays it up and in. Cunningham's got 24.
Well, offensively, this guy has been cooking. They're definitely not losing because of him.
Brown passes to Porzingis. Good. And Brown gets the assist.
Well, the three-point shooting of Kristaps Porzingis is so prolific. You've got to guard him out there.
Thompson outside. Jacks up a three. Oh, his shooting remains on point. 3 for 4 thus far.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Holiday from long range. And the Celtics another 3.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Flying high, Ausar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Crowd cashes in. A terrific finisher inside.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
And I like how tough Cunningham is, welcoming the contact on the way to the hoop.
Detroit shooting their first free throws tonight. Boston making a switch here. And he sinks the second. Here's White. His last outing, we saw him score 13. Pass to Porzingis. Fires for 3. And the Celtics another 3.
Boy, the bucket's been 5 feet wide for him. He's dropping everything in.
There's Cunningham with a 3. Cunningham attacks for 3.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And so it's Jason Tatum making highlights for Boston, hitting 3 trays in the quarter, providing some sharp shooting. We'll be right back.
Swerving off topic for a moment, I need you guys to weigh in on this. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, man.
And let's talk now about the game we've been watching. What a terrific first half for the Boston Celtics.
I have some research here that might explain everything.
Thanks for tuning in.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And you know, Jason Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Kicking off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. A nice shot by Ivy.
Even if this game doesn't go their way, he has to be proud of his performance tonight.
Brown inside. Stewart defends. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
How about the strength on the finish? Jaylen Brown showing real muscle.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall. And he could dunk through a brick wall, too. This is so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
White looking it over. Pass to Tatum. Kick out to Brown. 4-3. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Tatum's got 4 assists now tonight.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
And that one's good. Thompson.
Yeah, he needs to take a lot more shots. He's been efficient, trying to get his teammates involved, but it's time for him to step up.
Pass to Porzingis. Here's the 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Great play calling, great execution, leads to 4 for 4 to start this half.
And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. All right, a moment now to bring up last season's top rebounding team, the Celtics, second.
And they, of course, have a style of play that is all about physicality. I mean, they love to embrace the contact out on the court, but the possession game for them is always pivotal.
White for 3. 3-pointer goes up. 3-pointer goes down for White.
And right now, that's 5 buckets in a row. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
Thompson, no good.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
Harris against Tatum. Pass to White. Launches it. And again, Boston with the triple.
It's been a perfect start coming out of the half. I mean, you have to really love the execution.
And it's Cunningham missing.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Outside Porzingis. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity.
Third personal foul.
Well, Doris, you watch Kristaps Porzingis at the defensive end. He changes a lot of shots.
There is no doubt, B.A. It's 7'2". It isn't just simply about sending shots back. It's about changing the trajectory. But I think, as importantly, guys don't want to go in the lane because of his presence.
And meeting those expectations. I mean, this is what we all wanted to see from Thompson on offense.
Tatum passes to Brown. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. Tatum's got 7 assists in the game.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
For 3, here's Harris. And the Pistons, another 3.
And for Harris, it's about getting into a rhythm. Once he does this, he can take over games.
Here's White. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. White's got 11 in the second half.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
The 3, and Brown. Gets the 3. Brown's got 35 in the game.
Yeah, in the first half, he was unstoppable from deep. Now, 2 more since the break.
Thompson passes to Ivy. And Detroit another 3.
Hot off the pass, Ivy has a shot up. No time to waste when you've got a pro-level defense coming at you.
Outside, Brown. For 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And here's Cunningham outside. Boston pulls it in. Now Brown. He's got 38. Pass to White from outside the arc. Oh, he's been lethal. Connecting again, making him 9 for 9.
All night. He just won't let up.
And here's Cunningham outside. Knocks down the triple. Cunningham's got 37.
He got loose from downtown the first half. Now has 3 here in the second. Unstoppable.
Gets the 3 to fall.
Well, the unicorn, Mr. Porzingis, the answer from 3, his specialty.
And Cunningham gets it to go on the assist by Harris. Cunningham's got 40 points. Cunningham against Holiday. Outside Tatum. Back to Holiday. 5 on the clock. The 3 is up. Nails it from 3. Holiday's got 6 points.
All right, Drew Holiday, we see you. He wanted to get right back with that 3-point shot.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
This 3-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Cade Cunningham has really been improving from distance. He said early in his career he was playing a lot of minutes and stepping back to the NBA three-point line, he just didn't have enough legs in his shot.
Good! Another from 3.
He's got this defense scrambling. Even when they've got 2 guys on him, he finds a way to get to space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game.
Yeah, the transition points courtesy of Harris. Nice job working it quickly down the floor.
Tatum against Harris. Tatum's shot is good. Tatum's got 42 in the game.
You can see why they go to this guy so often. More often than not, he's going to be very efficient like he is right here.
Here's Thompson. And again, it's Detroit converting.
Good work down low. I mean, I like how confident Thompson is from this area.
Pass to Brown. Launches a 3. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Back to Harris. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 4th assist with that last one. Holiday against Cunningham. Porzingis in the post. 25 points in the game. Using his post moves to get the 2 points.
Absolutely incredible what Kristaps Porzingis can do. He's over 7 feet. He's got an all-around game, and he's getting to every aspect of it right now. Well, the defense daring him to shoot, and he makes them pay for their disrespect.
And the expression, not enough touches to go around. Do the Celtics risk falling into that trap, Doris?
Well, first and foremost, B.A., if that's a problem for you, it's a good one to have. I think the key here is with all the weapons available, you have to have some personal sacrifice. And to this point, this team has been willing to do that.
And that one good.
Just finding room to go to work inside. Ivy really relies on his physical abilities to get a close-range shot.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And some changes here for Detroit. Holland comes in for Stewart, and Hardaway is subbed in for Thompson. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Brown. Lets it go from deep. And again for 3. Man, he's really launching him from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in. Feeling confident in his 3-point shot tonight.
Connects again from distance.
And he's now set the team record for most 3s in a single game. What a shot he's got.
A lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure the next one's going in. Tatum passes to Hauser. Here's Pritchard. And again, Boston with the triple.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Here's Cunningham. Again, the Pistons score.
Not an easy shot at all. Cunningham seems to have it early on in his NBA career.
Pass to Horford. This one for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
A shot from the mid-range. And good! There's another!
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. Tatum from long range nails it from beyond the arc. Tatum's got 48.
He's hitting everything from deep, just flat out torching this defense.
Ivy passes to Harris. That one's true. He's now 9 of 10.
Their spacing isn't quite as good as it was in the first half. They may need to hit more threes to stretch that defense.
And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
And this is his second attempt at the line tonight. Free throw good. Brown. This Pistons squad struggling. Here's Ivy. And he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, rocketing off the floor. Ivy using all of his athletic ability on the jam.
Here's Pritchard. He's watched by Cunningham. Pass to Brown. There's the three. Oh, connects again.
This game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. And that one's good. Cunningham.
Yeah, strong player mentally. Cunningham showing the physical strength on that play.
Out to Horford. Fires the three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. Tatum's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. The putback. And so it's the Boston Celtics with a commanding 22-point lead going into the break. Their efficiency has been off the charts. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Tim Hardaway. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Malik Beasley. Then it's Paul Reed. And it's Holland in at the four-man position. That's the group for Detroit right now. Reed, nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest fives in the NBA.
Pass to Tatum. Shoots over Holland. Another one falls. Amazing.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. Shot's good by Schroeder.
Well, he's got the green light to take exactly this kind of shot. You love to see Dennis Schroeder play with assertiveness.
Here's Hauser. The floater, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Boston?
Their hot shooting from long distance has been the key. Spacing the floor and rising up with that confidence.
I think it's also important we mention the number of assists this group has tallied. Their offense continues to just hum along right now.
Pass to Pritchard. Takes a three. Yes. Great play by Horford to set him up. Horford's got 3 assists in the game.
Al Horford is such a tremendous passer as a big man. Wow, does he get work done offensively.
Shot's good by Schroeder.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Celtics lead by 22. Here's Tatum. And yes, another basket.
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. Pass to Fontecchio. Well, Grant, in terms of scheduling, you see any way to eliminate back-to-backs?
You know, I'm not a big fan of eliminating back-to-backs, but To answer your question, BA, you have two choices. Either fewer regular season games or extend the season by a few weeks. I don't think either one of those options is in our future.
Just tremendous confidence from Jason Tatum. This guy understands I am a scorer even at the most elite level.
Outside Schroeder takes the three, fires in the triple. Fontecchio's got 5 points in the quarter.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Detroit has gone 4 of 4 from outside during the fourth. And here's Schroeder outside. And the Pistons, another three.
That's his 5th triple of the night. 2 in the first half, 3 in this one. Huge production.
Tatum passes to Hauser. Here's Pritchard. Fires it. And it's Boston.